The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, I will interview a roofing contractor and an electrical contractor to see what we need to be on the lookout for problems in our home. It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
You Have Real Estate is proudly sponsored by Renewal by Andersen, your full-service window and door replacement company. Learn more at rbafla.com. You Have Real Estate, brought to you by Renewal by Andersen. I am your host, Justin Clark. A wonderful show ahead for you today, but first, the opening statement. You're thinking about selling your house maybe next month, maybe sometime this year, but you know you're thinking about selling that. What do you do in that situation? What should you be aware of? Number one, I think the first step in selling your house is to get an accurate value of what your house is actually worth. That's how you're going to decide what you're going to net and the money you're going to have left over if you're going to go buy something else. But a couple other things you really need to be on the lookout for. Number one is your roof and the age of your roof. I've seen so many times where an old roof can kill the deal on your house, even up to the point of the closing table. You got to watch out for the roof, but also think about your electrical gear in your house as well. You know, we've got the big box there with the things, I don't even touch because I'm afraid they're going to spark on me. How up to date does your electrical need to be as you go about selling your home? Wonderful questions that we're going to answer by asking real questions. Every weekend here on the program, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Happy to be joined. We'll kick it off today. Good friend of mine, Tony Tate, real estate guru, I would say. Tony, welcome to the show. How are you, buddy?
Thank you. I'm doing great, man. Thanks. So happy to be here.
And for the first time, Sam Smith joins me, Blue Star Roofing. Sam, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it.
Let's talk about the roof here for a minute, because a lot of people go to sell their home, and there are some real red flags that can kill the deal. Whether it's like a hurricane just came through and you can't write insurance, but the age of the roof, Tony, can be a problem. What have you seen?
Some of the things that I've seen thus far is certain insurers want a roof to be a certain age. I've also seen, to kind of combat this, some of the HOAs will actually extend their structural warranty, so that way if you're in one of those communities to where they will include your roof, which isn't typically covered when it comes to the structural from a brand new builder. These are things that people are starting to do now, because typically where insurance is concerned, and I'm not a licensed insurance agent, so I'm not giving that advice, but where insurance has come, sometimes the deal, if the roof is over 15 years old, it can really become a problem even if you've never had any issues at all.
Yeah, from the residential roofing side of things, at what age do I really need to start thinking about getting my roof checked out? Maybe it's gotten too old, I need a new roof.
It's a great question. Some of the concerns are that a few insurance companies are requiring your roof to be replaced at 10 years old. Most of them, as he mentioned, are 15. I would start taking a really good look by having a qualified roofer come out and inspect the roof to let you know what they see and what they're concerned about, and someone like from our office can show you illustrations of problems that could be coming down the road, and then we could decide whether you should replace it, or we could give you a piece of paper that states you've got 5 years left on it, and then the insurance company may keep you to 20. But
what are some of the signs that maybe my roof is getting old and I have issues with my roof?
You'll start seeing degranulation. A common thing is on the downspouts. Once the roof gets washed off into the trough, you'll see your roof is on the ground.
Nope.
That's your weight.
It's not a good spot for the roof.
No, it's really not. It's not.
And the roof is such an important part of the home. When you talk about the structure of your home, it maybe is the most important.
Absolutely. It's the beginning of good days or bad days. If you don't take care of it, everything underneath it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, really unbelievable. Tony, you have a couple of listings out there right now I want to talk about here quickly, if you don't mind. Starting Apopka, a city I know well, Will Carey knows well as well. Tell me about Waterview Drive.
So what I love about Waterview Ridge Circle in Apopka, it's right across that 451. So it's kind of off the beaten path. It's really isolated as a community, because right when you get across that, you go over St. John's Road and you're right there. And it is the only community that is across that way. Yeah. And so it's really nice. It's you know, the builder is Taylor Morrison. They built those homes out there in that community. And I guess the thing that I love about that particular home is that it has a lot of natural foliage and there's nobody behind you. And whether you are a brand new family or whether you need that extra space, that home is amazing with the 3-car garage, the 2 stories, you get where you live and how you are as an owner. Everyone else in the other suites that are secondary suites are upstairs, and just the natural foliage of it is right there, and you don't have to worry about anything really in that neighborhood.
If you'd like to see that property this weekend, 407-205-0400. I'll connect you directly with Tony. A piece of property in a cool part of town. I haven't been out there in a while. Tell me about this Oviedo property.
Yeah, it's a really nice little gem. I mean, it's almost like the perfect parallelogram, if you will. It's 9.57 acres. It's right over near Black Hammock. About 300 feet of frontage, and it is not only is it 9.57 acres, it only has a little bit of wetland that you need to mitigate, like the northwest corner, kind of like where the little creek goes through it. But it is awesome, and you can build. What's interesting about it is that it's not just zone AG, but it's zone A10. So they would like for you to keep about at least 10% of that parcel in its natural foliage. And so it's great. It already has utilities out there to it as well, which is very, very rare to find when it comes to a vacant land property that is on county utilities where the electricity and the sewer is already out there to the property.
Yeah, I think choosing a real estate agent or broker always a very important decision for someone. You're a great one, but when it comes to roofing, or really I think anything in the trades and the contractor world, especially in Florida, choosing that right contractor is huge. And we have so many roofing companies who come through here post-storm, storm chasers, who take money and then run away. How important to you is it that the homeowner chooses the right roofing company?
For me, it's everything. I'm coming to your home and I'm being graciously invited in to help you solve a problem. But I'm also there, and I tell my customers right out the gate, we're here to help you fix the problem, replace the roof, whatever needs to be done, but we want to bond and rapport with you so we get those referrals. And the only way we're going to get the referrals is by keeping a nice, clean job site and a good, solid relationship. And that's why I like working at a family-owned business like that.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about Blue Star.
So Blue Star, my boss has been doing commercial roofing for over 50 years. Places like the Tampa Airport, Daytona, Harley-Davidson. He really is a skilled professional in his trade. Recently, his wife Lena and his daughter Angelica decided that they wanted to go ahead and take that model and push it into the residential community, because we know there's a lot of roofers that are not here for the long haul or don't necessarily have the customer's best interest in mind.
Yeah, totally agree. If you'd like to get your roof inspected, let's
Yes,
see,
sir.
do you need a new roof today, or maybe be on the lookout, you might need a new roof at some point. I'd be happy to connect you with Sam right now, 407-205-0400. Same with Tony. If you'd like to see the properties he showed you today, same phone number, I'll connect you directly. Good job, guys. It flew by.
Good to meet you. Appreciate it very much.
Tony, good to see you as always.
You sound awesome. And I want
Hey, here's what we're going to do, a very quick break. You're not going to believe this, but for the how many weeks in a row now? She's going to another beach town, Daytona Beach. Viv's in your neighborhood, Daytona Beach, as you have real estate continue. You own a house, you need to have your windows and sliding glass doors checked right away. I'll tell you why. Joined by my good friend Dan Bringman, Renewal by Anderson. How do I know, Dan, when it's time to have my windows and sliding glass doors checked?
Well, it's a great question because it's not always obvious. One of the ways that sticks out immediately is that energy bill. We have to make, we've seen it go up all year long. Got a couple cool days now. A couple other ways are they're not functioning properly. You have some dust on the seals, and also just water infiltration, or maybe you heard a lot of rattling during some wind and so forth.
Absolutely. QR code is on the screen for you right now. What does it cost to have you and your design team come out and see what's going on with my windows?
Absolutely nothing but your time.
That's a beautiful thing, and they're going to come check it out, tell you exactly what you need or don't need sometimes. But a lot of people say, well, Dan, I'm worried about the economy. I don't want to write a big check right now. You've done amazing things to make this almost free sometimes when you compare it to your electric bill.
Absolutely, and it's a great thing to be concerned about, but we take the worry away. What we've done is we've extended our finance plans, and we call them our easy pay plans, and they go up to 144 months, and we go as low as 5.97. I mean, that's like really low. Most Terms out there go as high as 12, 14%.
And if you think about what you're paying every month versus how you're going to save money on your electricity bill, this is almost free for you and a no-brainer. Dan, always good to see you, buddy. Do yourself a favor right now. Hit the QR code on the screen and call Renewal by Anderson today. Welcome back to the show. Every weekend, thanks to Renewal by Anderson, Viv goes to your neighborhood. Today, Viv is in Daytona Beach.
Daytona Beach is known for many things, and depending on who you ask, they might say it's the Mecca for NASCAR fans, or famous for spring break, or annual bike week. It can be all that and more. The Daytona International Speedway Complex, known as the World Center of Racing, occupies 500 acres of land. Race car fans can also check out the Motorsports Hall of Fame when rounding out their visit. Many films have featured Daytona Beach as the spring break capital of the world, though other cities now like to claim that title. It is also a favorite among bikers and motorcycle enthusiasts that come from throughout the U.S. for the annual Bike Week. They like to show off their latest toys and compare stories. Fun fact, Daytona Beach has been hosting Bike Week for over 80 years. Even though it's a tourist destination, the city has over 85,000 residents and is home to Bethune-Cookman and Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. The median household income is about $60,000. The median home value in 2024 was $310,000. After a $10 million restoration, the Daytona Beach Pier reopened to the public with the addition of many restaurants and nearby park rides. It's become a family-oriented destination for those who want to get away for the week at the beach. Sitting just a block away from the beach is Daytona Lagoon, a large water park that many enjoy throughout the year. Daytona Beach has embraced the arts with the Peabody Auditorium and the band shell. This open-air amphitheater was constructed on the beach in the 1930s and now serves as a venue for an annual summer concert series. If you'd like more information on Daytona Beach and what it has to offer, call me, Vivian Lehman, at 407-205-0400.
Thank you, Viv. You're going to run out of beachfront property here soon with this rate you keep going at. So here's the one thing I'm scared about when it comes to your house, really. The electrical box, the whole electrical thing, it scares me. And I've opened up the electrical box. I have, and I've, done some breaker type things, but the electricity running through our house is very scary. And we don't know anything is really wrong until you start seeing sparks. That's when something bad is going on. I don't think we've ever had an electrical contractor on this show, and I'm so happy to introduce you to Vincent Masi. Welcome, buddy. How are you?
Thank you for having me.
Next Generation Electrical. You're in Florida, Pennsylvania, Jersey. But how do people know? Homeowners don't really know there's anything wrong until there's something sparking. What should I be looking for?
You should be looking for overheating problems, breakers tripping for no reason. A lot of people like to plug in new appliances in an older house and breakers will trip. That's always an issue to call an electrical contractor. And to make sure the contractor is licensed, which a lot of contractors aren't licensed in any state. Insured, workers' comp, everything.
The whole shebang?
Yep.
So breakers tripping, I think we've all experienced that. What does that mean for me as the homeowner?
Well, lights go out, outlets go out. What do? Everybody runs to either the outlet box outside or outlet box, or the panel box, I'm sorry, in the garage. So what you do is you look at the breaker. If it's in a wrong position, what do? You flip it back. If you try to flip it back, it doesn't flip back properly, then there's an overheating problem or a short circuit, some time to call the contractor, electrical contractor. And that's very big and very important.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, what is it okay for me to go hit that little button to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure because I've done that a few times.
It's okay to flip it back. A lot of the wrong things are when people push it the wrong direction and they think it's not working properly, but you have to flip it back to the opposite direction and then to the right direction. If it trips, then it's time to call somebody.
So I'm buying a new home, let's say, hypothetically. I plan on buying here soon. Maybe I'm under contract for a new home. What should I be on the lookout for electrical-wise in this house?
A new home?
Yeah, well, no, any home. It's new to me.
Okay. If it's an older home, older boxes called Federal Pacific, which actually they went out of business for fraud.
Oh, really?
Yes, because they were putting fake labels of UL.
Oh, jeez.
They always overheated. They actually started a lot of fires for houses. Push-O-Matic, which is another old brand, again, tripping issues. Those are big things to look for because the panels are most likely going to have to be swapped out. Aluminum wiring, swapped out. Stuff like that is very big. Electrical meters next to windows, which have to meet code for new codes. And those are big things to look at.
Yeah, you have the great luxury of, again, your business, Next Generation Electric, being in 3 different states, Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Florida. What are some of the differences when you're working up north versus Florida, if anything?
Oh, big.
Okay.
Oh, big differences. Up north, we have, everywhere has a NEC, which is National Electrical Code. New Jersey has something called the Uniform Construction Code, which is New Jersey adopted code. So they basically take out from the book what they want to take out, and we'll use those codes, but we won't use these codes. Florida or before we moved here, a Florida Book of Standards, if I don't have that correct, but now it's just the NEC. So basically you have one book in the state for electrical, and the work is the same, all the work's the same,
yeah.
But the books it's a big difference in books.
Do you think houses are built better down here or up there?
It's different here.
Okay,
It's different here. You have cinder blocks, which we don't have any of that up north. Everything is wood. It's a lot harder here, for sure. But work-wise, a wire's wired, problems are problems, but everything is basically the same with that. Codes are different, though.
Trust, I think, and we were talking about it earlier, anytime you're dealing with the trades, contractors, electrical, roofing, whatever it is, I think trust is the most important thing. Not only are you coming in my house, you're working on my electrical system, and sometimes these jobs are not cheap. Yeah. What should I be looking for with that trust factor? Why should I trust you guys?
Why should you trust us? Well, one, we've been in business for since 2008. We have 3 divisions. We don't just come in there and say, well, it's going to be a $200 fee just to give us to look at the job. Money's always brought up last with us. You can check some reviews online for us as well. We even do calls, and sometimes we don't even charge people just to take care of people.
Right.
That's big with us, and trust and family. We treat our customers like we're family, which is key with us.
It's hugely important for sure. And I think a lot of us don't really have an electrical contractor that we know that you can call it, one that we trust. We just don't. I trust Vinny, I really do. Vinny Masi's doing a great job over at Next Generation Electric. Come back on the show, by the way. I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface of electrical stuff. I sound like an idiot. I know I do, because I don't know anything about this, but that's why I want you to come back, because I have a lot more questions for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Here's what we're going to do. One last quick break. When we return, You Have Real Estate continues. I'm attorney Justin Clark. If you're worried about your student loan payments restarting, call me now or visit youhavepower.com. Welcome back to the show. A final segment today with my good friend Elisha Lopez, Ocala Realty World. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good.
I was talking to someone off the air just a moment ago, and he's like, look, man, if you're ever going to do a show about Ocala, call me. I want to come in there because it's the hottest market on the planet. So he just said, I swear this just happened. I was like, well, you haven't seen Elisha Lopez on the show yet. And it is. Ocala, when it comes to real estate, not just in the state of Florida, but nationally, it's one of the hottest markets out there.
It is. We've kind of been hot for a really long time, but thanks, of course, to the show and just so many people, like, it really catching on. Like, everybody just always talks about Ocala, and it's beautiful.
Yeah. What is it about Ocala that's made it such a hot real estate market the last 2 or 3 years, really?
Low taxes, low insurance rates, lots of land, so they could still build. And because it's inland, the insurance rates are also low because we don't get hit by storms the same way the coastal areas do. And we're really about an hour from everything that's awesome in Florida other than Ocala being awesome.
When you're getting a new listing for someone in Ocala, are those people normally leaving Ocala, or what are they doing?
Actually, lately, yeah. Like
Really?
last night, I was at a listing that they were 6 months, snowbird, 6 months here, six months in Ohio, and they're just, getting a little older, and their family's all there, and the kids won't move down, so they're going back up.
Got it. What about the people moving to Ocala? When you're getting buyers that are making offers on the properties you have listed, where are they from?
Actually, a lot are coming from here in Orlando, Tampa, South Florida, and we always get the Northeast. Everybody coming down, that's just a given, but a lot from South Florida, Tampa, Orlando area.
Yeah, when people first, because you made the transition from Miami, obviously, to Ocala, when you first meet someone in Ocala who has moved from Miami, what do they say about living in Ocala?
Well, there's that instant connection of home. It's just like, oh, my people. So that's awesome. And they come for the same reason that we can. It's just a slower pace. Affordability, not being married to a mortgage, raising your family that you don't have to worry just locking your doors all the time.
Yeah, and you were lucky enough to move to Ocala when your kids were young. You've basically raised all of your children in Ocala. Are most people that are moving to Ocala younger type parents, or some of these retirees as well?
Both.
Okay.
Because Marion County has always been known for that 55 plus retiree community. And now it's just a huge mix. You've got both ends of it, because a lot of the retirees, their kids are moving from wherever they're coming from with the grandkids, and everybody wants to be close together, and just so grandma and grandpa could also help them raise the kids.
If you are looking to buy or sell real estate in really anywhere in northern Florida, certainly Ocala, Marion County, Levy counties, there's a QR code on the screen for you right now. I'll connect you directly with Elisha Lopez, Ocala Realty World. Those listings will come to you as soon as they come on the market, and you can get ahead of the curve and buy something there, whether it's for investment or whether it's to actually buy a home for your family. It's a wonderful place. But, and I asked that question a minute ago for a reason, because I do know that there are a lot of retired folks who love to go to the villages and some of the other 55 plus communities around there. Do you help people with that process?
Oh, absolutely. And I've actually been a lot lately.
Yeah?
Because there's a lot involved. And a lot of times when you're selling a home that's in that 55 plus community, we're going to be dealing with an estate, with trust, with probate, all those type of issues. And if you don't have a listing agent that understands those pieces, it can become a really big mess.
Yeah, everyone's heard of the villages, of course, but there must be other areas too that aren't called the villages for retirement communities, right?
Yeah, so of course there's the villages, and then that's in Lake Sumter County. But then in Marion County, and that's neighboring for us. But Marion County, you've got On Top of the World, you've got Stone Creek, Oak Run, Cherrywood, like little areas. Marion Landings is another spot that I've been getting a lot of lists, because the HOA is only under $500 a quarter.
Oh, wow.
And it includes your trash pickup, water, sewer, all of those things. So you'd be paying for that anyway.
Yeah.
So it really works out. But On Top of the World is the big one. They've got, it's really like the villages of Marion County, like all the amenities, all the clubs, like you name it. There's so much to do, it's crazy.
Are these generally new construction, or are these resale at this point?
Both.
Okay.
They have both, yeah. But a lot of the resale is where you're gonna really get a better price, more bang for your buck, because they keep building, so the resale costs less.
Well, let's say I am, though, looking at brand new housing, right, from one of these big developers. Should I take my own agent with me, or just go to the front desk?
No, absolutely you should, because the builder, they only are thinking of their pocket. Like I get it, but they're the seller and the owner.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of like the listing agent and the owner for sale by owner in a sense. So they're going to look out for their best interests, and to the consumer, it seems harmless, but we keep learning deal after deal that there's always something.
And generally, you're not going to have to pay extra for Elisha to be there with you. They're going to cover the cost of it. Elisha Lopez, Ocala Realty World, QR code on the screen right now for all of your real estate needs in northern Florida. Thank you to all of my amazing guests today, the wonderful crew here as always. Most importantly, thank you. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate. Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation, or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.